The Harbor Freight Avanti paint sprayer. Does it work like everyone says it does? I'm gonna find out today. Okay, I got the Harbor Freight Avanti paint sprayer. It says use up to 140 gallons per year. It's airless paint, primer, and stain sprayer. I paid 250 bucks for this thing, and I wanted to see if I could save some money. It's really only saved about 50 bucks compared to the other brands, but I want to see if this is gonna work. I got a whole house to spray. I'll show you here in a minute. I got more than 2,400 square feet of just walls, ceilings, and I'm gonna try to spray the whole house using this thing. So I'm gonna open it up and see what we got. Like I said, it's a Harbor Freight paint sprayer. I paid 250 bucks for it. Instructions. The reason I bought this one is because I can just put the hose straight into the bucket. I looked at the Wagner, I think it was the 130. It was around $230. But you had to keep refilling the top of it. And I think it only held less than a gallon, or maybe a gallon or something like that. But since I'm doing such a large area, I wanted to do 5-gallon buckets and just put a hose in it and just spray until it runs out. So, yeah. The actual sprayer itself here, the hose, the spray gun, comes with a 515 tip, if that matters to you. So all the reviews I watched online were pretty good with this. So I'm thinking it's gonna work like I want it to. I don't really know how to spray a house, but I'm gonna find out. So I got the hose and the return hose here. The hose has got a little filter on the end of it to keep from picking up debris, I guess. It's got a smaller hose if you're gonna use like a 1-gallon bucket, but I don't really need that because I'm using the 5-gallon bucket. I guess that's it. I'm gonna put it together real quick and then show you how to use it, I guess. What the fuck? Okay, I got the arms on. Doesn't even, directions don't even tell you how to do it. Just look at the picture, I guess. It's Harbor Freight for you, I suppose. Get rid of this, whatever this is. To start, please read the startup guide. A power cord here. I guess this hose doesn't really matter which one goes on this end. And luckily it's self-explanatory for the most part. I'm guessing that these cheap Chinese wrenches that have numbers stamped on them are for these. Tighten that up, and then, okay, this makes sense. There's a big hose and then a small one, which I guess the big one goes with here and the small one goes here. The small one on first. It doesn't have a clamp, but that's okay. The big one has a clamp, a little squeeze clamp. Okay, cool. I got that thing assembled. Now let's see what I need to do for the instructions. I also bought this extended tip wand. It's a 20-inch tip. And it has, I guess it doesn't come with the actual spray tip. So I'll just use the one that it came with, which is this one here. I'm guessing the 515 is what I need. I have no idea. I'm just spraying regular house paint. Actually, it's like a Kilt's interior primer and sealer for drywall. So hopefully this works. All right. The hose stretched out here. What a mess. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to try to prime this thing now. So just follow the directions. I'm going to prime it with water. So I got 2 buckets of water. Or no, I got 1 bucket of water and then 1 bucket of just nothing. So I'm going to disconnect the overflow. And why you prime it with water, I have 0 idea. It makes no sense, but it's what it's telling me to do, so. Goes to the bottom. Okay. It says, turn it to prime/clean. Rotate prime valve to prime position. Press the prime button 3 times. Plug it in. Turn it on. Pump will start. If pump does not start, pressure knob. Turn pressure knob clockwise until it starts. Okay. Who's on by that? Oh, here it is on this side. So it says, once it starts flowing out of this one, turn it off. When solvent begins to flow out of priming hose, turn power switch off. Okay, so I guess it's primed now. I guess that's all there is to it. Now it says prime with paint. But before I do that, I'm actually going to mix this up because I was using this earlier. I was not spraying, but I was rolling on around the edges of stuff earlier. So this is kind of mixed up already. I got about 4 gallons in here. Jeez Louise. Before I actually start spraying and everything, I'm going to mix up my paint again really well. Sure, I get it all off the sides and everything, sides and the bottom. Shit! Okay, so lock trigger, yeah, right. Prevent high pressure solvent of spray, remove spray tip and nozzle. What? Whatever. Strain paint through paint strainer. Well, I'm not doing that because I'm putting it straight into the bucket, the hose. So, it needs to be closer. Get down in there. Okay. Remove suction hose from solvent container and place on the bottom of the container. Okay. Leave the priming hose in the waste container, which is this one. Alright, let's just try to use it. Just see what happens here. Everyone says use a test piece first. I'm not doing that because I don't have a test piece, and I got a million miles of roller spray, so I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. Like I said, most people use a test piece of wood to get the pressure right, but I'm not gonna do that because I got a million miles of water spray, so if it's too wrong, then I'm just gonna keep trying until I get it right. I got plenty of room to mess up. More pressure. I should have just tried the medium setting first because that's what everyone uses for the most part. Okay, so I don't know if you can see these lines that I got here, but it's a super common. Let me show you. It's super common that people get these. Where it's got the line up there, the line down there. So I'm going to adjust the pressure until it seems to get better. I think more pressure. So I'm turning the pressure up. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not, but I'm going to turn it up. If it keeps doing it, I'll turn it down. Okay. All the way up. That must be the wrong way. Turn it down. Okay, so I guess if you get those lines, you turn it down. I don't know. Run out of room already. This is good. This is super fast. What the fuck, man? I gotta Google this. I'll be back. Okay. So you see these two lines right here? Those are called tails. So if you have that, what you need to do, I'm trying to see if I can see it. Okay. If you have that issue, what you need to do is one of two things. It's either increase the pressure or add some kind of thinner. I thinned mine down because the pressure on the Avanti pressure sprayer would not spray the thick paint I was using. So I thinned it down a little bit and I increased the pressure. Now I don't need full pressure on the machine. Let me show you the difference here. A little more pressure. Now you can see that there's no tails on this spray. I got it turned up almost to the full amount. I thinned it down a little bit. That's how you get rid of tails. All right, now I'm gonna paint the rest of the wall. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, there's probably a lot of questions you have, and I went through and did all the hard stuff to figure it all out for you so you don't have to. Like a lot of the people want to know, is this something that I can do myself? Is it expensive to do? Am I actually saving time doing this myself? What kind of finish is it? Is there a lot of prep work? Is there other sprayers out there that are better than this? What kind of paint can I spray with it? Is this for me really? But the first thing that I really want to talk about is money. Is it gonna save you money? With the Avanti paint sprayer and doing this whole project myself, I saved a ton of money. Let me go over some of the numbers really quick with you. If you're thinking about trying to save some money, spraying your own house, or maybe the exterior, or just a deck. So like I said, the paint sprayer itself was $249. Total in paint, all I did was a primer / sealer, and it was about $65 for a 5-gallon bucket, and I went through 8 of them total, inside of the house, in the garage. That's a total of $770. Plus another $100 just for other supplies and whatnot. So about $870. I got a few quotes, and any quote that I got was around, all the quotes I got were from $2 to $5 per square foot. And that's per square foot of wall, not per square foot of the entire house. So you got to factor in the total square footage of your house, which mine is around 3,200 square feet. Plus the ceilings that you have to do. So double that, that's around 6,400 square feet. The national average for doing a house is $2.75 per square foot for a brand new house. That total is anywhere around $12,000 to $16,000 just for someone to come in and spray your house. Now granted, that is including paint and everything. I only did the primer and sealer, but even if I go out and buy all the paint and finish the rest of the house myself, I'll probably spend less than $1,000 on paint itself. So doing this yourself is a huge money saver. If you're going to do it for one reason only, I mean, including buying the spray gun and buying all the paint, I have less than $1,000 into this entire project, doing the entire house myself. Say $2,000 if you count me going out and buying the rest of the paint, which I'm going to do this winter, I think. It's a total money saver, though, in case you're wondering. Okay, this is day 2 of me spraying the house, and you can see that I thought 10 gallons would go a lot further, but it didn't. I got a whole bunch of wall over here still to spray. Everything over here, this whole wall, a lot of the ceiling I got to spray still. And then I don't know if you can see, but I got above the garage doors before they put all this framing in and everything. And then over here, I got this whole wall done already. This whole wall is done. And look at this. The door guys, they left their scaffolding here this weekend, which is awesome because now I can finish doing the whole ceiling, because the whole ceiling is still pretty much bare besides over there. And also I can hang my lights in here. I was gonna just do it through the ceiling or rent scaffolding, so this is actually gonna save me like a couple $100. But I got this whole bottom of this wall done. You can see where I stopped over here. Come over this way. You can see where I stopped. I got the whole ceiling I still gotta do, like I said. But that right there, a little bit of the ceiling is what 10 gallons will do. The drywall really sucks up a lot of the paint, which I didn't realize. I mean, I should have known. But I ran out of paint last Sunday, and then I came back to do more, so I got 4 more 5-gallon buckets. So I got 20 more gallons, and that stuff cost about, I think I paid $68 for it at Lowe's a piece. So the stuff for the inside I actually bought, I got 2 5-gallon buckets. I don't know how far that's gonna go. And it's just a paint primer. It's not anything with an actual paint, but you gotta put primer on or a sealer. It's not paint primer, it's a sealer. It's a sealer slash primer for new drywall. So you gotta put that on before you actually put paint on. Otherwise, all these lines, like these lines over here, where they put all this, like, I don't know what you call that stuff, but it's between the 2 boards, it shows that all really well. So if you don't put the primer on. So I got 2 gallons or 2 5-gallon buckets of that for the inside, and I bought that at Menards, and that was only $55 with the rebate, which is gonna be a lot cheaper. And I mean, 68 isn't bad. That's like some of the cheapest primer sealer you can get, and that's what I'm using in the garage. I'm actually not gonna be using any paint in here because you can see the walls over here. They look pretty uniform and they're white, so I'm just gonna leave them like that. I'm not actually gonna be painting anything on them. It's a garage, so. But this is part 2, day 2, actually day 3 of painting the whole house with the Avanti sprayer. You can see it over here in the corner. Actually, the sprayer's up there. The scaffolding is like really sketchy, so I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully I don't fall off of it. But this way I can reach the whole ceiling and everything, which is awesome. So I got super lucky that they left that here. Now, how much time did I really save doing this myself? It's advertised as 6 times faster, and I'll agree, it probably is around 6 times faster. The whole project took me 3 days to complete, 4 if you count cleaning off the drywall. But to roll this on, this amount of area, would have probably taken me at least 2 to 3 weeks, if not longer, probably a month. So yes, it does save you a ton of time. A lot of that depends on how much prep work you have. For me, I didn't have much prep work because I didn't have my flooring down yet. Only thing I had to tape off was my windows, my doorknobs, my doors, and my electrical outlets. So can you do this yourself? Why not? I don't see why not. If you can spray paint something, you can use this thing. It's really, really easy to use. Once you get it set up and figure out the pressure and how much you have to thin out the paint, this thing works amazing, and it just goes and goes and goes. Using a paint sprayer, it puts on a super, super smooth finish. Some people back roll this after you do it to save a little bit of paint. It does use about 3 times as much paint. But if you want a smooth finish, don't back roll it. Just use a sprayer. It comes out amazing. You can also spray paints, regular household paints, water-based, acrylics, primers. You can also do stains if you want to stain your deck with this paint sprayer or any of the paint sprayers. That leads me to my last thing. What are some of the other paint sprayers that I almost bought instead of this one? The first one, it's called Wagner Control Pro 130. It's about $200, give or take. It has a 1.5 gallon tank, so you have to keep refilling. And if you're doing work off of scaffolding, it's going to be a hassle. But it comes with a 25-foot hose. It's actually a pretty good sprayer. I just didn't want to have to refill my tank. So the next one is one that you don't have to fill a tank with. You just put a hose right in either 1 gallon bucket or a 5 gallon bucket, just like the one I'm using. And it's the Graco Magnum. It goes for around $260. It's called the Project Painter Plus. And that one's a really, really good one too from the reviews I read. I just didn't go with that one because I really wanted to try this Avanti. This is the Avanti Airless Paint Sprayer, Primer and Stain Sprayer. It does everything. Comes with the hose. Comes with everything you need, and it's compared to a $450 sprayer that's made by Graco called the 7X. But this thing works amazing. I'm super, super happy with it. The results are just awesome. I think I got my money out of this sprayer and then some. Nothing went wrong with it. It just worked the entire time. Like I said, once I got it set up, it just worked and worked and worked and worked and never quit on me. And I let some other people use it by now, and they love it too. But I will say, overall, it's a very good investment if you have your own home or ever feel like you're going to paint something bigger than one room at a time. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, I'm releasing new videos every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So hit the subscribe button now, click the bell, and give this video a like. And I'll show you some of the pictures here in the end. I forgot to take video after I was all done, but the final product of the garage and the house came out amazing. I would highly recommend buying this paint sprayer for yourself.